there's loads of things that you miss out on being in jail. Obvious things, a career. That's a big thing as well, isn't it? You know what I mean? Imagine, well, there's no imagining. You're 16, you've left school, going to get a roofing job, being their labourer, being their little Joey, and over the years working your way up. After a few years, you're a roofer, and they get good money, and roofers always needed. That's the sort of job that people always need their roof fixed. People always need their paving done. You know what I mean? People always need their heating fixed. And yeah, I missed out on all that. While other kids were doing all that, I was busy running about, thinking I was going to be a rich burglar. Yeah, I missed out on, learning the importance of having a job as well. It was not just learning the actual skills of that specific job. It's learning the importance of getting up at 5, like routine, putting yourself in that route, getting up at 5, leaving by half 5 in the pissing rain and doing this, doing that. Learning the importance of money. I've just thought of that one. Learning the importance of money. When I was out there robbing Peter, robbing Paul to put in my pocket, it's easy come, easy go, isn't it? That's what I was trying to say. You get it easy, you chuck it away, you chuck it up the wall, don't you? Well, I did anyway. There was no saving it, stacking it, and I've done all that. I should have stacked it, blah blah blah. I'm just talking about the things I missed out on. There's single things like rent, mortgage, but just money management in general, I suppose. Money management in general. I mean, obviously I'd heard the word mortgage before, just giving an example, right? But it weren't until very later in life that I actually even realised what a mortgage was when someone explained it to me. Obviously, I heard people talk about mortgages, and I understand. I sort of had a rough idea, but I didn't have a clue about it until I was in mid to late 30. I'm 38 now, so yeah, it's just sort of recent thing. Learning about a mortgage, learning about normal everyday stuff. It is a weird one as well, and I'm not asking for sympathy here. Please believe me, I don't want. I'm not seeing this saying, "Oh, the poor criminal, all the stuff I missed out on." 100% no. I'm just saying stuff you miss out on. The technological advances as well, right? Just say, for instance, going away when it's like a 3210 face off. Remember them? Old Nokias, you just be able to change the face on. That was like the height of technology. Be able to take your face off, put a crappy other one on, like, but leopard print. But and then getting out and it's like an iPhone, or getting out and you actually getting out and when you went Tesco's there was someone in behind the till, and now it's self-service. It's like walking into the Back to the Future set, isn't it? Seeing people touching phones and touching screens and thinking, what the hell are these people doing? Do you know what? For time, I couldn't text on a touch screen, just randomly. For time, I could not text on it. I felt like my fingers were too fat. I just could not hit the right button. So easy to do now, isn't it? Just felt like I couldn't do it. Weird. I've said this before as well, just quickly. When I finished my 6 years, like when I finished the 6, did 4, for like 2 years, I couldn't sleep on a bed. I had to sleep on my settee in my front room. Just like the mattress just felt well too comfortable. Like I was sinking into it. Like, yeah, it just felt like it was too comfortable. I felt like one of the 3 bears laying in that bed, which is too comfortable for me. But yeah, I was on the settee. But building a credit score. If you ain't got and I still ain't got a credit score. If you ain't got a credit score, it's as bad as having a bad score, isn't it? Yeah. If you ain't got one, It's as bad as having a bad one when you're my age. It's the same as having a bad one. I might as well have a bad one. And I haven't got a bad one. I've never had a loan. I've never had this. I've had fines, which have been paid for. I think in my last ever address that I was officially renting in my name in Harlow, I think I still owe like £15 rent. But yeah, I haven't got a. That's probably been building up. It's probably £1,000,000 now. But yeah, no credit score. I've never even had a credit card. Never even had a credit card. I couldn't walk into the bank and ask and get an overdraft. It's ridiculous. I've got the most basic bank account. It couldn't even be classed as a bank account. Really, I might as well just be chucking it under my mattress. That's basically what I do. Like even in the bank, just chuck it to the cashier and walk out. It's not a bank account. I get no interest. I get no credit off it. Credit score, nothing. And that does bug me, considering obviously I was born in England. I've got a national insurance number. I can prove where I've been my whole life. But I can't get nothing in my name bar like a Sky Digibox or something. You know what I mean? Jesus. What else? What else I missed out on? Getting a driving license, being legit driving. Jesus Christ. I argue about that all the time. But being a legit driver, I'm 38. I'm still in a. Well, if you haven't got a driving license, I never. Forget the fact I've been in prison for being in nick cars and all that. If I haven't got a license, I've never driven, and I need one. But yeah, no. All jokes aside, Jesus Christ, man, I'm 38. Definitely need to be legit and driving and having a driving license. And it's just one of the things I kept missing out on. And then when I was out, it's not a very high priority if you're gonna get in a car anyway. Allegedly. What else? Forming friendships, building friendships with new people, you know, or yeah, forming friendships, full stop. Relationships, not just friendships, relationships, girlfriends, family. You lose contact with people like that, friends, families. Well, you find out who your friends and who your friends are anyway. Your family's your family, isn't it? But you find out who your friends are. Yeah, but if you're spending years behind the door, you ain't spending years building friendships with people on roads. So when you get out, you only know the same old people. Girlfriends. I spent the later part of my teens, near enough all my 20s, and a part of my 30s banged up. In all that time, I wasn't getting pussy, was I? Obviously, if I was behind the door, I might have been getting the dirty phone call and a dirty letter and all that. Big whoop. Smell that letter, it smells of perfume. That's what people used to. That's what we do in jail. That's what we do. I do. There's nothing alleged about that. That's sad, isn't it? Sad and pathetic. For what? So I'll be out there burgling, robbing. Sometimes having loads of money. Most of the time having a little bit of money. A lot of the time having no money. Always chasing money. Always chasing money. But when I actually count and add up the money I got on roads, to add it up, like equal it up to all the years I've done, it don't tally. I was earning, no disrespect to anyone earning minimum wage, but I was earning less than minimum wage. Whatever the minimum wage was, I was earning much less than that. If I break it down, you know what I mean? So crime definitely ain't worth it. Crime doesn't pay. Crime doesn't equal, mate. Crime doesn't add up, because all that money I was getting. Oh, there's loads of money there. Splitting it, cutting it, spunking it up the wall because you think you're gonna do it again the next time, and the next time it don't happen. The next time you get a pittance or you get nothing. Again, don't feel sorry for the criminal. I'm just saying that's just the way it was. Learning to interact with normal people. if I'm behind the door, I'm surrounded by other people like me, ain't I ain't saying I'm better or worse than anyone behind the door. I'm just the same, innit? We're all on the same level. We've all got nothing. We're all walking about in grey tracksuit bottoms and blue t-shirts. We're all equal. But I'm learning to interact with like-minded people, ain't I? There's no variety of life there, is there? We're all the same. We're all the same. So missing out on interacting with normal people, everyday people, bumping into people in the street. Oh, sorry, sir. And, you know, the greengrocer down the street, having a chat, having a laugh, and getting to know the postman and all that. Just normal everyday people that you're not interacting with, not gaining those social skills. Another thing missing out on social skills. People skills, social skills, all the same thing, innit? Staying immature. Time stands still while you're in jail. 100% time stands still. For you, for the person that's in there. You get a 10, you get 10 years. You do 10 years, I mean. You go away when you're 19, you come out when you're 29. You got the same mentality as when you're 29 because life has stopped for you, innit? Literally. Life has literally stopped for you. Like, in reality, all those life lessons you're going to learn on road as a normal person, you're going to miss out on in those 10 years. So you're going to stay that way because you're not going to learn nothing. You're not going to, and because you're not going to learn nothing, you're not going to grow. If you know what I mean. You're going to grow in other ways, in mainly negative ways. There'll be other, there's some, you know, you learn to stick up for yourself and blah, 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 blah. A couple of, if you look hard enough with a magnifying glass, you can pull out a couple of negatives, positives from prison. But on the whole, most of what you're going to learn in there is bullshit because it's nonsense. Yeah, you're surrounded by people you don't want to be with. In reality, in any other life, you wouldn't spend any other time talking and interacting with these people. So yeah, all those life lessons. So that's why time stands still. I should say. I've got my words muddled up then, but that's why time stands still because you're not learning nothing to grow. You have to, in order to grow and progress, you have to learn and make mistakes and all that, and watch other people and learn and all that. But you're not doing none of that. So however old you was when you was in jail, when you was on road, but when you first got nicked, that's how old you're still going to be mentally when you get out. Good thing if you do a 30 or something, but not being able to not learning to deal with everyday stress again, just normal everyday stuff, and then you let things get on top of you because you're not used to dealing with it, and you think, oh, poor me, poor little old me. No such thing as poor me, is it? Really, either in the big scheme of things. We're all one consciousness. We are as well, actually. We are all one consciousness. That first thing that sparked was that first conscious thing that sparked. Yeah. All of a sudden, it didn't become two conscious things. It was still one conscious thing, just having a different experience. Having one experience, two experience. Let's not start standing all hippie-ish here. Things I missed out on. Dealing with every day. Yeah. Poor little me. You forget, like, it's happening to 7 billion other people on the planet who haven't been in jail, who've lived a normal life and who just deal with it and get on. And you're letting it get to you because it's never happened to you before. Yeah, I've not. Well, again, this would go back to like time standing still, not being able to move on properly as well. If you're stuck in the past, then how are you going to move on properly? In reality, if you go away when you're 19, you come back when you're 29, you had that problem. You can deal with it if you focus on it and you do your time properly. You can focus on your problems and get out a better person. How many people do that? Myself, I didn't do it either. Other obvious things, birthdays. I've done about 9 or 10 behind the door. Christmases as well. Birthday in November, Christmas is obviously December. December? Is it December? So, yeah, I've done about 9, 10 Christmases as well. Missing other people's birthdays, families, friends, so you lose contact more that way. Holidays. Poor me, didn't get to go on holiday while I was in jail. That's all right. All jails are like Butlins and holiday camps anyway, ain't they? Forgot about that. I always forget that when I'm there. I always forget that. When I'm on road and I'm reading about how easy it is, when I get there, I forget and I think, oh, this is rubbish. Should have remembered what the sun said. It said it was like Butlins, didn't it? Oh. But anyway, if you enjoyed that, hit the subscribe and we'll chat again. Adios.